Hey guys, I'm Tiny Duncan, and I'm here in my my heavily green screen Big League Energy tee, and because you got to wear the jersey for the Big League Energy. We're here with my co-coach Jamie Boyd for the WBE VGC. What's going on, man? What's going on with these spreads, man?
Yeah, this is an exciting one. I'm glad that we're gonna show some Flapple action.
This is a very exciting one. Flapple action indeed. So if you want to see the in-depth team builder again, like. Jamie goes so in-depth with these team builders, and he actually does the spreads without me. We sit together for the first half, sort of flesh out the team, and then all of the spreads he does without me, and then he does that as a full, unedited sort of session video. So you can see our mindset and how we developed the team and how it grew from like the initial idea that Jamie came up with, and how we came up with like an alternate support and all of that. If you want to watch all of that, that's over on his channel. It's definitely a channel worth subbing to anyway if you enjoy VGC. He's one of the best players in the world. That's, if you actually look at like best players in the world, he is one of them. Whenever you have that conversation, Jamie Boy is always going to come up. And it's an education to watch his channel. So please do go and check out that. And the team builders are really, really cool when they're the full thing. But we're going to go over it more briefly here. So the core of this team is this cottony Flapple lead that beats everything.
It does beat everything.
It does beat everything.
Flapple will, theoretically sweep everything on her team.
Yeah.
The Mimikyu, if the disguise is broken, then Flapple literally nukes everything.
Yeah.
The Appleton and Torkoal need to be tickled, but then everything else gets KO'd by a max move.
Yeah. Wait, doesn't Max Dragon OHKO the Appleton?
Not if it's max defense.
Oh, okay. If it's max defense. Okay, right. The Jamie Wood intro. The team is really interesting. So Cottony is probably the most basic EV spread here, but the moveset's pretty interesting. So Grassy Glide, Grassy Terrain. Basically, once we get Prankster Grassy Terrain up, that can power up Flapple and its max Grab Apple and all of that stuff before Flapple has set up Grassy Terrain with its max move. It basically allows us to give that... It's basically helping hand, but also sets up Grassy Terrain for one move. That's really good because Grassy Glide is then priority, and it has Grassy Glide itself. This allows the Cottony to break, as we said, break that Mimikyu disguise, allowing Flapple to kill Mimikyu as well. Because otherwise Mimikyu is a wall to this, so that's basically what that tech is there for. And then it's Tickle and Taunt. Tickle for Torkoal, Taunt for Lilligant in the After You situation. Because if they After You the Torkoal, then that Eruption is going to hit us really, really hard. It's going to put Cottony on its sash. It's going to... chunk Flapple.
It's going to three-shot Flapple because of the Assault Vest when you're in Dynamax.
Yeah, 3 shots Dynamax Flapple, which is awesome. It actually doesn't even one-shot.
It's hopefully not going to be in that situation, because if it is Lilligant, then you can just taunt the Lilligant, Max Worm win the Torkoal, and then the Eruption is pathetic.
Yeah, the Eruption is pathetic, and then also we then kill the Torkoal the next turn with Flapple while... Lilligant does nothing. Once it's taunted, Lilligant doesn't really do anything to our team. It's kind of interesting. So the Cottony Flapple lead leads off against her Lilligant Torkoal lead, which is something that you have to respect that lead. Lilligant Torkoal is one of those leads that's very disruptable, but also has to be respected. You can't just ignore that powerhouse of a lead. So yeah, very simple EV spread on this one though. Tickle is really cool, as you said, for one-shotting Torkoal in the situation where Lilligant isn't out. And
it's like helping hand, but then it also has the benefit of tickling the Mimikyu, so that the Playross and the Starfalls do a lot less to the Flapple.
Yeah, Starfall still doesn't kill the Flapple, right? After a tickle?
No, that is also what the Flapple'S EV to live. It lives the Starfall, a Life Orb Starfall from a Mimikyu, and it's 3-shot by Eruption, and then it will outspeed the Meowstic +1 if we get an Airstream from Dual Wing Beam.
Oh my god, your EVs are so specific, dude. There's just so much information there. I'm so glad I've got this cheat sheet for when the battle is going on, and I can just scroll down and read this. I'm really happy that I've got this cheat sheet, which, by the way, guys, I do refer to if you ever see me doing this, in my WBE battle, it's because I'm reading this cheat sheet and being like, what do I do? Jamie Boyd, help me. All right, so the Flapple's really interesting too. Barrel's just handed me a cookie. I appreciate it. Do you want me to break it? Is that why you're up here interrupting the team builder video?
Where's my cookie?
I'll take this. I will send you a cookie.
Excellent.
The Flapple's really interesting as well. I think we debated over this last move between Grassy Glide and Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch gives us the max darkness, which can be helpful.
It would hit the Meowstic and the Chandelier, which are OHKO'd by Wormwind anyway.
Yeah.
So we can benefit from the grassy terrain that we're likely to set up from the max overgrowth, and even the Cottony as well. So we have the potential play of grassy terrain on Cottony into grassy glide in grassy terrain on the same turn. With the
yeah, which instantly gives us priority if we don't max. So if we lead Cottony Flapple and she leads with something really unexpected, but that unexpected thing can be interrupted by grassy terrain grassy glide, we're going to just go grassy terrain grassy glide and go for it. And then maybe later on, Shifu can max instead. So really, really cool tech there. Dual Wing Beat apparently has a max airstream power of 130. I did not know this. I do not understand it, but it's a multi-hit move, and I guess that's how they're calculating it now.
It seems to be. Like, Triple Axel is 140 for some reason.
Which is gross. But no, it's really, really strong. Dual Wing Beat's just a really strong max flying move, and obviously max flying against a team that has very little speed control is very strong.
Yes.
A few things we have to watch out for. I wish we had gravity for Grab Apple. I really do. But you never know. Yes. We may be able to trade with somebody in the future. Keep your eyes open. I mean, it might happen. Grab Apple doubles power and gravity, right? Or 1.5. 1.5 goes to 120.
Yeah, 120 power.
Wow, Grab Apple is barely stronger than Grassy Glide. But that -1 defense. So good. Gengar also runs up on this team. Like, absolutely. It's a bit more fragile to a lot of her mons and, like, you know, Shadow Sneak, Mimikyu and stuff. But I'm assuming it's EV to live that.
It is EV to live the Shadow Sneak from Life Orb Mimikyu and live a Life Orb hit from its own Life Orb.
Oh, what? Wait. So you live the hit from the Mimikyu, then you hit the Mimikyu, and then you survive your own Life Orb damage to then be able to threaten and attack something else.
Shadow Sneak from Mimikyu from the Life Orb one does 89 max.
Oh my god. Guys, go watch his video where he comes up with these spreads because it's an experience. It really is an experience. So this is a really good Mimikyu check. It's not an answer, but it is a check. If the Mimikyu starts to pop off against us, it really does help.
Yes.
In addition, it's just a really strong sweeper that hits a lot of her team very hard. Giga Drain kills like 4 different mons, and then Shadow Ball kills another 2, and then Sludge Bomb kills another 2. It's very good. It's a very strong mon. Like, these first 4 are what I anticipate bringing to every game. Honestly, but we always bring Porygon-Z.
Poor Porygon-Z. This is the second week we're not planning to actually bring it.
Oh, look at the little purple live streaming site duck. He's just trying his best. We've got our Shifu with the choice band. Unseen Fist is broken. We were saying
there's no dark resist.
There's no dark resist on the whole team. We picked these 2 moves, Wicked Blow, Sucker Punch, and then we were like, is that all we need? Yeah, that's probably all we need. I don't see us clicking anything else. I don't see myself clicking Drain Punch or Coaching at basically any point.
Yeah, it's just filler moves at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be clicking the dark move 99% of the time.
Yeah, Anyway, this is really, really good next to Cottony as well. It just puts in a lot of work. Wicked Blow goes through that team like a hot knife through butter. Like, Urshifu needs to be respected. Wicked Blow critting every single time. It ignores defense boosts. It doesn't care. It just doesn't care about anything. And it's a very strong Pokemon. We're really enjoying having Urshifu on this squad. Well, I am.
Yes, so
and the EV spread, it survives Eruption from Torkoal.
Yes.
And
hopefully we won't be able to be in that situation where it takes an eruption, but yes, it can survive that. And then pretty much OHKO's I think it's like 60% of the team is OHKO'd by the Wicked Blow, and then the rest are two shots, so...
Yeah, it's just really good. I mean, and then even, I think, Tickle into Wicked Blow kills Torkoal.
That seems likely.
I think. I remember checking. Maybe not if it's max HP, max defense, but I don't think she's not running max special attack. I think she's running max special attack Torkoal. Like, who doesn't?
I think that's more likely.
So, it's a really good mon. It's just a really solid mon. And then we're into our second... This is what the initial plan was, which was Togetic Flapple. And it kind of evolved into Cottony Flapple because Cottony had just a little bit more synergy with the grassy terrain and the grassy glide to break Mimikyu and things like that. But Togetic Flapple is still an incredibly viable lead.
But it was like Flapple was going to run through the team. How are we going to make it run through the team? And then just redirection was the first thing that came to mind, because then they can't touch the Flapple. It will get its 3 max moves off. But then if they go with the Lilligant Torkoal leads, we're just follow-meing the stuff away, which could be a Sleep Powder instead of the RPU.
If we followed me a Sleep Powder from Lilligant, that could be bad news bears. Like, then Flapple could end up going down because we've got no support for it anymore. So it doesn't synergize quite as well. It's still incredibly good. I might lead with it game 2, because if she changes game plan, the Yawn is so unexpected by so many people even today, and I hate to say it, she's pretty new to VGC, but I watched her battle against Vivid, and for being new and she was literally running a team where every spread was just off of Pikalytics. All the movesets and spreads, she did not tailor them. I don't think she has a front office, and she's very new to competitive. But she played fantastically against Vivid, like really well, like really good instincts. She thought through her moves. She played better week 1 than I did, 100%. So I'm not counting her out. She might use basic Pikalytic sets, and she might not know competitive quite that well, but I'm going to exploit the lack of knowledge because her instincts are really good. And so I need to exploit the lack of knowledge, and that's why Yawn is going to be really good here, because if you don't know how how Yawn works, or you don't know how to deal with a Yawn setter, you can get Yawn locked very easily in VGC. Like, they yawn you switch, you yawned on the switch in. And then you switch, and then you yawned on a switch in. And Togetic just shuts down one side of the field. That's going to allow Flapple to run off against the other side. And then eventually she's going to have no switches left for Yawn. Things like that. So it really can shut people down. It's a very, very strong tactic. Helping Hand, Follow Me, Dazzling Gleam are obvious. Do you want to explain the spread, boy? Because I don't remember what this spread's about.
Yeah, this was because Mimikyu is the biggest threat to Flapple. I've made it be 4-hit KO'd by the Life Orb play rough. So
4-hit KO'd.
4-hit KO'd, so that Togetic, like, if it was like Mimikyu and something, Togetic could follow me all 3 turns the play rough as Flapple kills the other thing.
Oh, wow. That's horrific.
What was that saying, that we don't have any bulk on this team? Togetic is very, very bulk.
Yeah, everybody's power rankings, they're like, oh, he doesn't have enough bulk, he doesn't have enough support, and we're like, Togetic and Cottonee are 2 of the best support mons in this meta. Like, whoa. And Togetic's so fat. Anyway, obviously Sigilyph would be a nice 3rd support mon. We got sniped so hard. We got sniped so hard. Just wanted Sigilyph, man. Finally, Porygon Z. Hyper Beam, Tri Attack, Shadow Ball, Trick. 188 special attack is pretty specific. 60 Spadef, I'm assuming. I'm going to scroll down to your little cheat sheet now. We're going to have a look. How does Porygon... Lives Eruption, Oko's Torkoal with Tri Attack. Well, there it is.
It just happened to work out that way, because I was deciding whether we would go Timid or Modest with it. Because Timid's definitely outspeed Chandler, and then it would speed tie with the Lilligant. But then it worked out that you could still Oko with Tri Attack against Torkoal and still live the Eruption.
Honestly, Pori Z Cottonee, also a decent lead.
It would be okay. Like, it's
just not as good. It's just not as good. Yeah. The thing is, it's actually a really good lead. It beats most of the team, but not as hard as Flapple does.
It's like, I think the main thing putting us off the Porygon Z is because you usually want to be just going for max strikes and stuff, but there's 2 ghosts. And that is a little bit awkward.
2 ghosts makes it very awkward. Anyway, that is a phenomenal team. The plan is once again flawless. And so this time I'm hoping my execution's a little better. As we've said multiple times in this video, I do want to say right at the end, please go check out Boyd's video where we talked about this team, where we built the team. The team building process is really interesting, and if you're into competitive Pokemon like that, it's a really interesting time watching one of the best VGC team builders in the world. Also one of the best Draft League front offices I've ever had. I mean, last season of WBE, it was basically just Boyd. We had some input from a few other competitive players. I don't want to name names. I'm not sure I haven't made it public, but a few other competitive players had input, but Boyd and I were the people who sat down and built, and I think this time I'm really glad that we've been recording that process. I think it's a great thing to watch, so please do check that out down below. Throw a sub Boyd's way, and we'll see you guys with the battle either later today, because it worked really well, uploading the team builder on the same day as the battle, or tomorrow, depending on whether I didn't have a video for Saturday. So, you know, if you're watching this on Saturday, it's because I was too lazy to record a different video. Enjoy. See you next time. Bye-bye.